100,000 subscribers. 100,000, that is insane. Absolutely insane. And I wanted to start off by saying it really doesn't matter if you have 100 subscribers or 100,000. The point that people are actually coming along for the ride and want to hear and see what you have to say is just incredible. This platform this day and age is just amazing that we're able to share this stuff with everybody. And I wanted to also mention that I am so humbled and grateful for every single one of you, from my very first subscriber all the way to the 100,000 and beyond. It's just mind-blowing. But today isn't about just how to get subscribers or how to be successful on YouTube. This is more about how to be successful in life, whether you're a creator here on the platform, whether you're an artist or maybe in business. It really doesn't matter. Success is universal, and habits that we have are ultimately going to decide whether we're successful or not. So today is going to get weird, it's going to get personal, a little bit different from normal. I'm going to take you kind of behind the scenes here and tell you a little bit more about me and how I'm successful in a lot of aspects of my life. So take it for what it is, guys. It's just one man's opinion, but I'm not just a YouTuber, I'm not just a photographer. I am a business person. I have a business background. I'm a realtor. I was a small engine mechanic. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. So I have a lot of passions, and absolutely the most important thing for me is passion. I chase and I do what I'm passionate about. Honestly, if I wake up and I'm not passionate about what I'm doing, I will get depressed. That's just who I am, and I think that is for a lot of people. The difference between a lot of people and everyone else that is successful in a lot of ways is that they don't have the courage to go ahead and try and do their dreams and actually follow through with their ideas, because it is hard and we do have responsibilities. But I'm here to tell you that you can do it, and you don't have to go 100% full head on and quit your job and do what you love. That's not what this is about. It's about transitioning from some place that you are to some place that you'd rather be. So today, again, I wanted to just get personal. It's gonna get a bit weird. I wanna take you behind the scenes and kind of tell you guys who I am a little bit more, and hopefully you wanna kind of continue to share this experience with me. If not, that's totally cool too, but I'm gonna share some habits that I have that afforded me this success up to now and beyond, and with everything that I do. So number one, this is what you generally see if you're a subscriber and you watch my videos. This is my general workstation. This is kind of where I make a lot of my videos here. And I wanted to share a little bit about what this actually is, because some people might think that to have a big number of subscribers or to be successful on here, you need a huge workspace and the best gear. But that's absolutely not true. This is my workspace right here. It is literally a tiny little office in my house, and it's probably, I don't know, 6 by 8, and that's pretty much it, guys. I don't have a lot of space to work with, but I make it work. And it doesn't matter if you start in your basement or with your phone. It literally doesn't make a difference as long as you start. And honestly, of course, everybody thinks about doing this years ago, and they're always kind of upset that they didn't start sooner. And I'm one of those people, because to get over that fear of starting to post your first video takes a lot of guts, a lot of vulnerability to put yourself out there. So that's one of the things. It's confidence, it's being vulnerable, it's putting yourself out there, not caring what people think, and getting started. So that's number one. That's the first thing you have to do, is just be vulnerable. And that does take courage, like I said. So if I could say anything to you, it's just be yourself and do what you're passionate about. That's number one. Okay, so another habit that's really important in anything to do with success is belief. It's confidence, but it's a belief in your ability to actually do it. If you don't believe that you can do it, you won't even try, of course. But I'm not just talking about an intellectual intake of knowledge or an inner monologue that you say to yourself, I can do this. True success is a lot more complicated than that. It requires an inner and a foundational belief, an unwavering confidence of something much deeper than just intellectual. I'm talking about something emotional that you can connect with, something almost spiritual that you're not going to give up. And I credit my success to just being too stubborn to quit, to be honest. I'm invested. I feel like every day I'm better, and that's just what I do now. It's just second nature to me. This is who I am, and I've fully committed to being more vulnerable, being more honest every day, and trying to produce the best content that I want to make for me first, and of course for you guys second. But if I'm not loving it, if you don't have that confidence in yourself, you're just kind of faking it. You're not really gonna amount to anything, because it's about you in the end. It's not about what other people want. If you're not having fun, is what I'm trying to say, or you're not passionate, there's really no point. Now, I thought about this next one for a while. Consistency. Everybody that you hear says consistency is so important, especially on this platform. It's about making videos. Some people upload 5 or 10 videos and they get discouraged because they're not completely huge and successful or famous. And consistency is so important, but it's much more, it's much deeper than you want to believe that it is. Statistically, if you want 100,000 subscribers, you need to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. It's very unlikely that you're gonna post a few and be this huge viral sensation. And honestly, that's not what every single person wants either. I'm honestly more afraid of success than I am of failure. So keep that in mind and understand that consistency is not just about every single week uploading a video and being super attached to that, because you have to be flexible, because if you're rigid in your expectations or your habits, you're gonna get disappointed, you're gonna get burnt out. Consistency has to be ever evolving, it has to be fluid, and it has to be multiple habits within consistency, like not being distracted, like things that I've adopted, like creating more than I actually watch, and just avoiding those distractions. If you're getting distracted, if you feel like, oh man, I'm not getting the results that I wanted, not being discouraged by that, being consistent regardless, and figuring out what works. Don't concentrate on what doesn't work. That's easy to do, and that's kind of what we're programmed to do. But when we focus on what we want and what works, that's what we attract and that's what we get. So be consistent, follow through, and like I said, I think one of my main contributing factors to success is just, I'm too stubborn to fail. I literally just, I will not take no. And that's just my thing, and that's the beauty of this. There's nobody telling you what to do or what you should do on here. It's your thing. And I love that. And that's why I'm a creator, and that's what really art is all about, is about doing your own thing and being confident about it. And that's gonna lead to success. So that's another aspect that I think is really gonna help, and I hope that makes sense. All right, another key factor in success, again, I kind of touched on a little bit, is just the ability to fail and the ability to be wrong and to own that, and actually to see your failures not as failures or really take it personally, but to see them as lessons, to see them as what not to do. And that's, again, another key feature for me that I really take, and I love criticism. I love failing, really, because I know what not to do. I've honestly failed probably more than anybody I know. I've had businesses that are failures, and I've had businesses that are great successes, and you gotta learn what not to do. And if anything, I've really learned what not to do so many times. I've learned inevitably what to do because of that. So don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared of rejection. We don't like these things because we take them personally a lot of the time, but failure is not what we think it is. Failure is just a way to grow. It's your perception that needs to change, and failure equals success. They cannot have one without the other. It's just perception. So what I really say is to really focus on, if you're looking back, if you're always going in your mind about what you could and should have, would have done, then you're focused on the past, and you're really gonna get stuck in that. Create a habit of being present, bringing all of your energy into your content right now, not getting distracted by the future or the past. Focus on now, and that's going to ensure that you develop more content or more art or whatever you're going to do. If you're a salesperson even, it's going to get you out of your head to all those things that you should have said or what I might say tomorrow. Focus on now. This is your only time to make a choice, and choice is going to determine the quality of your next experience. So really think about that and what that means to you, and be really honest about your answer. Are you truly and 100% committed to the idea, the belief that failing is actually a good thing? Are you prepared to fail more than you succeed? Because that is honestly one of the things that's going to give you true success. So we touched on consistency a little bit, but another thing that comes hand in hand with that is patience. Things are not going to happen overnight, and whether you're in sales, whether you're a YouTube creator, whether you're an artist of any kind, or whatever you're doing, things aren't gonna happen immediately. And we live in a time, we live in a society of instant gratification, and it's just not the case with success. What you do today is going to pay you, and you're gonna benefit from it in 3 or 6 months down the road. Don't think that it's gonna happen tomorrow. Don't post a video if you're a creator online and hope that it's gonna just skyrocket and why aren't my stats going up and what have I done wrong? Give it time to breathe. Let yourself actually reflect on what you've done, but don't get caught up in the numbers in whatever you're doing. Don't get caught up on what you did yesterday. Be focused on what you're gonna do today, how to be better, how to improve, and make 100 crappy videos. Take 100 crappy pictures, or 1,000, or 10,000. Do whatever you need to do to become better, because ultimately, time is the only thing that's gonna give you the experience to be successful. So again, patience is absolutely key, and I'm not just talking about a few days or weeks or months, especially on this platform. We're talking years. This is a marathon, this is not a sprint. So really think about that, and again, are you patient? Or are you patient enough to see your goals through? Think about that. So remember that everybody's expectations as well as idea of what success is different. So what success means for me is different from what it means for you. There is no right or wrong here. And there's no need to criticize anybody or tell them they're doing it wrong, because as they say, there's more than 100 ways to skin a cat. So think about that next time you see somebody doing their thing and you're thinking negatively, or maybe you're thinking, I'm never gonna be that good. It's just not the case. Think about what is important for you. Don't get caught up on what others are doing. To compare yourself to somebody else is fully irrelevant. It doesn't make sense, because everybody's here expressing life differently than anyone else. So don't compare yourself to others. It doesn't make sense. Stay focused and really focus on what it is that your goal is, your vision, and follow through on that. And keep in mind, be flexible, that it's always going to be ever changing. And that's probably why I'll probably never be a multimillionaire, because I always follow my passions, even at the expense of money and things that might be easier. I tend to take the hard road. I learn the hard way, but that's how it is for me. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. So remember that. Everybody's different. Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on what you're doing and always improve every single day, but do it from a place that you are proud of it, because ultimately your happiness, your success is your own perception, and the only thing that matters is going to be that. And remember that your happiness and your perception can only be what it is right now at this very moment. Your choice is to be happy or not. So it's all a state of mind. Success is a state of mind. Happiness is a state of mind. And the more you bask in that, the more you make that a habit of just waking up every single day and being confident and being happy and being filled with gratitude and love and joy, the more you're going to feel that. But if you wake up and you have a habit of, being grumpy, being sarcastic, being fearful of anything, those are also habits that are easily created. So be really conscious of that and be honest with yourself. What are you doing, and what are your habits actually affording you? Because you attract what you focus on, of course. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of practice to reestablish, to let go of old habits and to create new ones. And I'm not talking about intellectually again. I'm talking about foundationally. I'm talking about emotionally, and that's easier said than done. If you want to know more about that, of course, look at the more of the subconscious work that needs to be done, not just gathering information and taking it, because if you don't truly believe that information, it's never going to work for you. You're never going to manifest that stuff because you don't believe it. And that's the ultimate truth. So there's a couple things, there's a few ideas for you. There's some things that I feel have really contributed to my success in here on the platform, as well as life in lots of different aspects. And I'll continue to do whatever I feel is the best for me and what I'm most passionate about. And I hope you can do the same, finding the courage to be yourself and make mistakes. And that's what I say every single time, is make mistakes, be yourself, which is really tough, especially when you're getting started. And whatever you're doing, do more of it. Take more pictures, practice more, fail more, and it's ultimately the only way that you're going to succeed. So I really hope that helped. And here's a little secret for you. Here's a full disclosure. At the time I made this video, I didn't even have 100,000 subscribers. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So I stayed the course, and like I said, I'm too stubborn to quit. So I want to thank you guys so much for your support, for everything that you've done, everybody that's followed me up to this point and ongoing. And of course, guys, be part of the community. Drop your questions and comments down below. I love to motivate, I love to share and grow together. And of course, I love photography and everything to do with this industry. So I want to hear from you. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you out. If you liked it, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures or whatever you're into. See you next time.